Hey guys, welcome back to Case Close the Podcast. I am your host Savannah, and I am a huge liar because I said, like last episode, we would have Azella back by next week. It is now next week, and we do not have her back. That is because we have totally different schedules. She is still doing school stuff. I am supposed to be in school, but I'm not because I am sick. It's not COVID. I just am sick. But just a little update. We'll have her back in like 2 weeks. My grandparents are here, or will be here in like 3 hours, and I haven't seen them in months, and I'm really excited, so I won't be as active. Yeah, so I promise we'll have her back in like 2 weeks. But this is a bit of a shorter episode. I saw this ghost story on Twitter, and I thought it was really cool, so I'm just gonna read that. And then I'm just gonna kind of talk about what's been going on and why we're not uploading so often. So here we go. One night my mom heard a crash noise in our kitchen, but figured I was up and dropped something. The next morning my dad walked downstairs and thought there was ice on the kitchen floor, but he said after looking at it, the ice wasn't melting. It was glass shards. They cleaned up the glass which was on the floor, countertops, and even under the lip of the countertops along some of the drawers and cabinets, as if something stood back and threw a glass at an object or wall or something. We had no idea what it was from. The glass was too thick to be any of the vases or glasses or even some of the bowls in the house. We had a huge family meeting in the kitchen trying to figure out what happened and where the glass came from. We still have no idea. That's crazy. That's how do you do that? So they said it was on the floor, countertops, and even under the lip of the countertops along some of the drawers and cabinets. So a ghost would have to stand back and chuck it. I don't understand how you could get it under drawers. I don't understand that. Unless they how far back would you really have to be though? Because, or how high would you have to be? Up. Because the drawers in my kitchen are maybe half the size. I'm 5'3", and they're about half my size, so they're about 3 feet tall. So I would have to chuck it a little bit above my head for it to be on the countertops. I'm dumb. Someone in the comments, please explain that to me. But anyways, that's kind of the story for today. I promise we'll have better content in 2 weeks. So I wanted to explain really quickly why are we not posting as often? We used to post every Monday and Friday, no doubt about it. Every Friday, every Monday, something new. Well, that's because that was before school. On the 24th of August, I started school, and it has slowly just annihilated any sort of happiness in my life. I am in school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. I spend an hour and a half on homework, then I have dinner, then I'll do some research, and then I'll go to bed. That's literally my entire day. It's sad. So we don't post as often. I really, really am mad about that because I really love this podcast. I love it a lot. And one day I really want to turn this into a YouTube series where you can actually see us and we're in the same room. But now that we both live in totally separate states, that will not be happening anytime soon. So for now, podcast it is. But it just frustrates me a lot that we're not able to do it how everyone else is able to do their podcast, because a lot of people, and this is not going to shock a lot of you, this isn't going to shock anyone, the podcast area is dominated by just adults. There are not many teenager or children podcasts. There are podcasts kind of leaning towards children, not about children, that sounds kind of illegal, but what's the word I'm looking for? Pointed at children, supposed to be for children. But there's no children podcasts. And with adults can do practically whatever they want. So podcasters who are adults, who are friends, are able to be in the same room and have really good quality, while I'm recording this on an iPhone on my bedroom floor, on a wooden floor, which is not the most comfortable thing, and just this very like echoey room. But I promise you, if you keep believing in us just for a little bit longer, I promise quality will slowly get better. I promise. I'm already looking at microphones and stuff for Christmas, because Christmas is coming up. My parents continuously bug me about what I want. So I keep telling them I want like microphones and just things to do. Like things like, oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Just things to make this podcast a little bit better. So I've also been thinking about getting us some kind of researcher, but then I remembered that one of the biggest things I enjoy about this podcast is researching, so I was like, yeah, maybe not. So, yeah, I promise you, things will go back to normal slowly. I'm still adjusting to school. It's been like 2 months, and I'm still adjusting to school. I'm still adjusting to not being able to put my heart and all my attention on this podcast. I'm sorry. Things will get better. Once I get my first Thanksgiving break, then I promise things will get so much better. We might even upload daily. Maybe. Maybe. We don't know. That's just something to throw out there. And then I'm going to make this promise with you guys right now while I can. If you guys just keep a tiny bit of hope in us and you continue to listen, I promise that once June hits, once summer hits, even if we're still in quarantine, I will be able to post at least Monday. I don't know. Our schedule is crazy, and like I said before, it's been 2 months and I'm still adjusting to school and how I'm like just adjusting, and it's a mess. My grades have been going from like A's to like D's and then A's and then like C's. It's insane. Keeping up with grades is not something I enjoy doing. So I promise we might not upload on time, but every time it's our best work. So that's all I really had to say. Yeah, see you guys next Monday.